Hey guys, 51 here. A friend of mine asked me to do a video about Ghost. I am not a Ghost expert, but I do know how she works. So I'm going to show him because he's got a rank 4 or a rank 3 4-star, and that's exactly what this is. So I'm just going to take her to Realm of Legends and show off kind of how she works. But her big deal is she phases every time she dodges back. But then there is a bit of a cooldown timer, so you can't just phase every single time. Also, you can't phase if you are armor broken. But the reason why phasing is important is that she never gets critical hits on her own. Only from her power can she get a critical hit. But when she does, they're ridiculous. So when you phase back and then attack from being phased, your first hit is a guaranteed crit. Add to that, if you use a special immediately after you phase, every hit of the special is a guaranteed critical hit. And her critical damage can get monstrously buffed. And then add to it some of these synergies that I've got here. Mostly it's the folks that were in that Ant-Man and the Wasp movie. Put Ant-Man, you put Wasp. And it gives extra damage for every buff when you have Ant-Man. And then when you have Wasp, every attack from phase is unblockable, plus a base 25% damage increase. So this rank 3 4-star can easily do 50, 60, 80,000 damage with a special 2 if you play it just right. So let's just jump in and take a look at how she works. Like I said, I'm not the best. I'm not going to win this fight. I'm just trying to kind of show off what she does. So she starts phased because she's duped. If you're not duped, you don't start phased. The only thing that being duped does for you is A, you start phased, and B, if somebody misses you while you are phased, it gives you power. It gives you more power than it would if you were being hit. So if somebody has, like Agent Venom that has a machine gun, or somebody like Winter Soldier that has a lot of hits in their special, if you can time it just right, then every time they miss you while you're phased, you're getting power. So you can actually gain a lot of power that way. All right, so I hit him with special 3 here. The reason why I did this is I had a few cruelty buffs up, and whenever you use special 3 with Ghost, it turns any cruelty buffs that you have into permanent cruelty passives, and so that's just going to baseline increase any critical damage that you do. So here I'm trying to show the power gain from missing phases, and then there's an attack unblockable from phase. That was a special 2. So working with Ghost takes a little practice because it's counterintuitive. When you dodge back and you're phased, if you try to block an attack, then it takes you out of phase, so it completely defeats the purpose. Or if you try to dodge while you're phased, it completely defeats the purpose. You're supposed to just stand there and see, I try to block, it makes you unphased, and you get no benefit from it. But phasing is one of the things that makes her great, because she gets those critical hits, but also if you have any debuffs, if she's bleeding or shocked or anything like that, when she dodges back, they're instantly purified and it turns all of them into cruelty. So you can see how many buffs she's got going on there. And then all heavies grant a 50% chance of getting a big fury. That's 8,800 plus almost 12,000. So let's do some math. That's 28,000 damage, roughly, maybe a little bit more, with one special 2. That's not bad, because look at how many buffs she's got going on here. And you can maximize these with a little practice. So you can get 5 cruelty buffs, you can get 5 critical buffs, and you can get a couple fury buffs. She can be doing 25,000 damage with each hit of her special 2, if you just can get lucky and time it out. So after I lose this fight, which I'm sure I will, I'll show my powerful Ghost, who's not duped, but I do have a rank 2 6-star Ghost. So I'm going to replace all the people in this team with my best guys, and try again and kind of show what a dang near maxed out ghost can do. So you see immediately launch into the special as soon as you phase. And that way it's unblockable because I have the Wasp synergy. I'm gaining power every time he misses me while I'm phased. So you can get a lot of specials off, which is nice. See, right now I've got 4 cruelty buffs, 5 cruelty buffs, plus a fury. But they go away pretty fast. So now when I'm hitting him with the special, they're not really buffed very much. Still does pretty nice damage. It'll probably do about 5,000 damage. Yeah, 3,700. Yeah, but when you're playing normal folks, normal questing or Alliance Quest or Alliance War, the reason why Ghost is so crazy is you can literally parry, heavy, dodge back and special, and that's it. The fight's over because you've just done 40,000 damage, even with a not maxed out 4-star, because it's just crazy damage. But even if you have trouble putting those moves together, just make sure that when you dodge back, you immediately jump back into a medium, and then that first medium is going to be a guaranteed crit every single time. So basically, parry, heavy, dodge back, medium, and you're going to be doing 3,000-4,000 damage every time you do that. Most fights end pretty quickly like that until you get up into some of the variants or late Act 5, Act 6, or a really strong Alliance War or Alliance Quest opponent. So she can hang with the big boys is what I'm saying. There you go, get a Fury, dodge back, unblockable. That's 7,400, 7,499. So what's that? Almost 15,000 plus 99, almost 25,000 damage. Not bad. And it's not just special 2 that works like that. You can do special 3, which actually is a 4-hit special. Just each one does a little bit less damage. But so you can do comparable damage with the special 1. And on top of that, when you do special 1, it gives you 3 cruelties. But okay, so that's it with my 4-star. I wasn't really trying to win the fight, wasn't really trying to dodge. I was just kind of trying to show her off. So I went back and I added in, I'm about to add in my stronger versions of these guys. So here's my 6-star Ghost, my 5-star Hood, it's the same synergies, it's just they're stronger with the higher level or the higher star rating of characters. Put in a 6-star Ant-Man, put in a 5-star Wasp and a 5-star Yellow Jacket. The only reason Yellow Jacket's in there is because he grants just like a flat plus 6% damage, which is, it's not bad. I'm sure there's plenty of different synergy combinations that you could work with, but the key ones are Ant-Man and Wasp. Having Hood in, you take 0 damage while you're phased, like a guaranteed, so that's kind of helpful. I don't really rely on it that much, and sometimes I'll do these same fights without Hood, and I barely notice the difference, frankly, because when I'm using my strong Ghost, she's not duped, so it doesn't give me any advantage to take missing hits in while she's phased, because you don't gain power because you're not duped. So all right, parry, heavy, and that's some significant Fury damage. You can see there a couple thousand per hit just from Fury damage. Yeah, 13,000 just on the attacking from phase. And I haven't even ramped her up yet. This is just getting started. All right, so I'm going to build up some of those cruelty passives. I think I had 2 cruelty buffs up when I started this, so those will become permanent cruelty passives for the rest of the fight. Plus I still have 2 furies, so you can do some pretty wicked damage just with your base hits. So as soon as you block while you're phasing, you become unphased. Alright, a heavy, that gave me a fury. Fury, dodge back, special 2. Alright, 19,000 plus 19,000 plus 25,000. So that's 38 plus 25. 63, or yeah, 63,000 damage. Yeah, that's not a bad start for one special. Heavy doesn't always give a fury. Now if you can hold your heavy attack for just a fraction of a second before you land it, the longer you hold it, the higher chance that you'll get a fury. So it's kind of just have to get used to the feel of it so you don't hold that heavy too long and get smacked around. Let's see, now that should bring me up a few cruelty passives. Or 1. See, if I was duped, having him miss like that would have given me some power. And then I could go right into a special attack. Alright, so that's 5 buffs up. 14 plus 14 plus 14 plus 31. So that's 42 plus 31, 73,000 damage with a special 1. That's pretty significant. Right, that fight's over. I mean, and once you've got either a rank 2 or 3 5-star, probably rank 3 5-star and up, then you can pretty much just run through Realm of Legends. You might have some trouble with Wolverine just because his heal is still ridiculous and she doesn't have any heal block capability. But I failed to mention one other really nice thing about using Ghost. Is that, you know, her criticals are a little bit different than everybody else because she never gets criticals in just regular hits. She only gets them from phase. But also, every critical hit from Ghost is unevadable and un-auto-blockable. That means if you're fighting Medusa, dodge back, medium forward while she's got her living strands, doesn't matter. You're going to hit her. Spider-Man, Stealth Spidey, Spider-Gwen, you name it, nobody can evade her criticals. So person who's in a big evade pain, just dodge back, use a special. Every hit on the special is going to be a crit and unevadable, unblockable. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's 50,000 damage right there. No, I hadn't even charged it up. I wasn't even, you know, I'm just kind of rolling here. And this is with a class disadvantage as well. Back, unblockable, 30 plus 30 plus 40. So that's 100,000 damage. One special. And that one, I didn't get it in time. So that's the trick, is if you dodge back, you enter phase, and you wait for just a second before you start your special, then the first hit will be a crit. But the rest of the hits in the special will not be. It has to be almost instantaneous. So it takes a little practice. Dodge back, special. like just instant dodgeback special. And then every single hit, which is 4 from the special 1 and 3 from the special 2, will all be critical hits. And that's where she shines. Juggy can actually be a pain for her because he can stagger, and so she doesn't get as many cruelty buffs and stuff. But if you actually play with a little patience, which I don't often do, he's not a problem either. I'm not going to run through all of Realm of Legends. I think I'm just going to stop here. But as you can see, she can take care of business. And that was a mistake. Long distance. I got one lick in. Sloppy gameplay on my part. See, no Fury that time. I can get one this time, though. Sometimes you can get 2 if you're lucky. Alright, so they should give me a full set of cruelty passives. The most you can have is 5, but every little bit helps. Now, the way she gains those actual cruelty buffs, the ones that are on little timers there, it's every time she makes a hit that's not a critical hit. So just regular attacks, there's a small chance that you can get them. So just fighting is how you build those up. And so 5 is the most you can hold at a time, but then just crazy damage. Okay, I think this is about the end of this. I don't think I'm going to take on Rhino.